Hi everyone, let's solve the second question from weekly contest 329, that is sort the students by their kth score, right? So in this question, we are given a class with m students and n exams, right? And you are given a zero index m cross n integer matrix score, right? Here you can see where each row represents one student and score of ij denotes the score the ith student got in the jth exam, and the matrix score contains distinct integers only. You are also given an integer k, and we have to sort the students by their scores in the kth exam from the highest to the lowest, and then we have to return the matrix after sorting it. So let's see what the question is. So basically in this question we are given a matrix, right, where the rows represent students, right? These are students here, and the columns represents exams, right? So any particular cell, uh, we can say that S0 has scored 10 in exam E0, right? So this is how the matrix is given to us. And what we have to do is we are also given an integer K, right? K represents a particular column, right? A particular exam. So so in this example, as given in the question, we have K is equal to 2. So we have to target this column, right? And then we have to sort according to this column, sort the matrix according to this column from highest to lowest marks, right? Highest to lowest marks. So the highest marks in this column we can see is 11. So 11 should come first, right? 11 should come first. That means this S1 row should move here, right? So here we have our S1, right? So student 1 should come first because in E2 exam, right, he has scored the maximum. So this row should, this student should come first. Then we have 9, right? So this S0 should come after 11, right? Or S1, right? Because S1 has scored 11 marks in E2 exam, right? So we only have to target this column, and according to this column, we have to sort all the uh, students, right, in highest to lowest manner. So I hope the question is clear, right? Let's see again that S1. Okay, so this is the matrix that is given to us, and we are given an integer K, and according to this integer we have to target that particular exam, right? So K was 2, so we targeted E2 exam. Okay, then what we have to do, we have to sort this column, right, from highest to lowest. But sorting this column means we are actually sorting rows, because we are associating, no, student 1 has scored 11, right? So if we only swap 11 and 9, that will give us the wrong result, because S0 has not scored 11. It is student S1 who has scored 11, right? So this whole row should move above, right? S1 should be the first student that we should see in this matrix. So that is what the question is. Let's see how we will solve it. So to solve this question, we can see that we have to sort, but we are also associating all the rows, right? We are not just sorting this column. So what we can do, we can create a pair, right? We can create a pair in which we will keep the values inside of this column, right? So it will contain an integer, the first value of this pair, and we have to sort it according to the okay, the first value of this pair will contain the integer that we are of the column that we are targeting, right? And then we will associate it with that particular row also, right? Because it is the row which we have to, shuffle. We cannot shuffle only the values, because then the data will be different, right? As we saw in the case of this, right? S1 has scored 11, and if we swap 11 and 9, so 11 will be here, but that is the incorrect data, because S1 has scored 11, S0 has not, S0 has scored 9. So we are swapping the rows, right? So we will create a vector here, like vector of int. So this is how our pair will look like. So what we will be putting inside of this pair is, the first value will be the integer that we are targeting. So first it will take 9, right? And then it will contain this vector, right? So the vector is actually the whole row, right? So we will put the whole row inside of here, that is this. Okay, now the second value is 11, and we will associate this with this 11, right? So we will get 7, 5, 11 and 2, right? And the third value we have to take this value 3 here, and we will associate it with the row, right? The third row. So we will get this, right? So this is what our pair will look like, right? So this is actually vector of pair, right? So pair is only this. So this part is a pair, and we will be creating a vector of this pair type. Now what we will do, now it's very easy from here, right? We have to just sort this pair, right, according to these first values. That is what we have to do. So after sorting, what we will get? We will get 11, and this also will come here, right? This will be coming here. Then we will have 9, and we will have 10, 6, 9 and 1, and then we will have 3, and corresponding to that we have this row 3 and 15, right? So if you see, this is the answer, and that is what we have got after sorting it. So then we will again loop through this vector, and we will put it inside of our answer vector, the second value of this pair. So let's see the code. So here, as you can see, what we have first did is, we have created this pair of vectors called P, right? So the first value is the integer. Integer is the column that we are targeting, right? Value in that particular column that we are targeting, and vector is that row, right? That is corresponding to that particular value in the column. And then we are iterating inside of this score matrix, right? And then we are creating this pair, right? Just as we saw in here, this is how we had created our pair, right? So we are creating our pair, and then we have created this custom function to sort according to the first values in descending order. And then we have created our vector ans. After sorting, we have just put the second value that are the rows inside of this answer, and that is what we have returned.